This is Tools Theory. I'm running a long-term experiment on this channel, building every piece of content you see using a single free AI application. Today, we are putting Google's NotebookLM under the microscope to see what actually happened when I used it. The trade-off we are evaluating is clear. We have to figure out if handing over your exact creative control is a fair price to pay for getting hours of your life back from reading and synthesis. The process starts when you upload your own raw materials. We're talking dense lecture slides, chaotic research notes, or 100-page PDFs. The system digests those files and outputs a podcast-style audio overview featuring 2 AI hosts, or a complete video overview with narration and generated visuals. Unlike standard chatbots, this system is closed. It refuses to search the open internet or guess at answers. It only pulls facts from the specific text you uploaded. If you look at the documentation, you can see the strict boundary explicitly stated. It generates content based only on that material, not the open internet, not guesses. Because the AI is locked inside a walled garden, you can trust that the output is factually tied to your sources. But it also means the final product is entirely dependent on the quality of the notes you feed it. When you ask for a video, the AI gives you 3 hard-coded layout options. The first is the short format, a 60-second vertical orientation designed to highlight a single takeaway. Next is the explainer format, a standard landscape-oriented video that covers your entire source comprehensively. Finally, there is the cinematic format. This combines multiple AI models to try and build a richer, story-driven piece of media. We can verify these 3 formats, short, explainer, and cinematic, right here in the list. But notice the cost below that. Here's the catch. You can't write your own script for the video. And it gets tighter. You also can't record your own voice. You no longer dictate the phrasing. You curate the raw material, and the AI acts as an autonomous director, making the final calls on every single word. Your only real steering wheel is a single text entry field called the customization box. If you leave that box blank or type a lazy prompt, NotebookLM defaults to a completely generic, neutral cone. But if you write clear instructions, you can shape the introduction, shift the focus, and force the AI to maintain a strong opinion instead of softening the message. This quadrant chart illustrates the correlation clearly. If you invest the time to move from a lazy prompt to specific instructions, the quality of your output scales directly from generic to highly tailored. The AI calculates its final script by marrying the raw facts from your documents with the strict stylistic rules you set in that customization box. Even with flawless instructions, you are still locked out of the booth. If the AI phrasing feels slightly off, you cannot jump in and re-record that flubbed line. Mastering what you type into that single text box is the absolute barrier separating a robotic, unusable summary from a polished piece of useful media. We've all stared down hundreds of pages of dense lecture slides or technical reports, dreading the exhaustion of processing every single line. NotebookLM exists to bypass that exhaustion. It breaks down that massive wall of text infinitely faster than you could read it manually. The zero-word control policy and the rigid boundaries definitely create friction. It can be incredibly annoying to use. My own notes on the review process confirm this reality explicitly. Don't get me wrong, it has its annoying moments. But you have to weigh those moments of annoyance against the massive relief of instantly understanding complex source material without sacrificing hours of your day. It forces you to compromise on meticulous editing, but as an engine for rapid, high-level comprehension, it is unparalleled. To figure out if you should actually use this, we have to run your workflow through a utility filter. If you are a creator who demands exact phrasing down to the syllable, and you need to layer in custom audio tracks, this is the wrong tool. For precision-focused workflows, the absolute lack of control is an instant deal-breaker. But if you are a time-poor student or a researcher who needs to rapidly extract facts from dense PDFs, this is a perfect fit. This decision tree flowchart breaks it down to a binary choice. If you demand exact script control, you hit a red light and abandon the tool. If you don't, you get a green light to proceed. The value is entirely subjective. A perfectionist will find it worthless. A pragmatist will find it invaluable. So does the time you save justify the rigid constraints and the annoying quirks? Yes. Even without granular control, the trade-off works overwhelmingly in your favor. The final documentation lands on this exact point. I use it constantly, and for a free tool, the trade-off is 100% worth it. Because it costs you exactly $0, the return on investment for getting hours of your time back is virtually unmatched. That's today's tool.